Hi, welcome to our three-part video series about Easel by TpT. You'll learn how to find and create Easel activities, how to preview and instruct within Easel, and how to assign and review student work. Plus, you'll hear answers to frequently asked questions. The first installment covers finding, creating, and previewing Easel activities, hosted by Chandra Martin from Teacher Gameroom and Deborah Hayes from HappyEdugator. Please note that this series was originally recorded as a live webinar in March of 2021. All right, let's get started.
So first, to find an Easel activity, you're going to use the Easel Activities filter on the left side of your screen during your product search. It's located under All Digital Resources section. During your search, you're going to see two different phrases, compatible with Easel and Easel activity. Resources that are compatible with Easel means that the resource can be created in Easel and that the buyer, that's you, must add answer boxes, shapes, and more. Resources that say Easel activity means that the seller has already created an Easel activity and that it is ready to be assigned to your students. Now, when you find a resource, check again under the Format Included section of the product listing. As mentioned before, you should see the phrase Easel activity or compatible with Easel. Again, this resource can be used with Easel activities. Now, once you have purchased or downloaded your resource, you can use the button Open in Easel on the product listing to open up the resource. You can also find this button next to your resources on your My Purchases page, so don't forget to check for Easel activities there. Now, if you already have a PDF that you would like to use, you can also upload this to Easel. To do this, first, you go to Easel by TpT and click on Create. A menu will pop up similar to the one on your screen. Next, click Upload a File. You'll upload a PDF and you'll be able to choose what pages you would like to use. You'll then be able to add answer boxes, lines, shapes, and so much more. But if you're feeling really creative, you can click on Blank Activity and you can start your very own Easel activity from scratch.
So super easy. You can use this with the resources that you already know and love on TpT, or you can create your own from scratch. And then once you do either of those two things, Deborah's going to take us through how you actually customize your Easel activity.
Thank you, Will and Chandra. And once you have found that perfect resource on TpT, or you've uploaded a PDF that you own, you'll be able to choose and edit the overlay on the pages that you want your students to see. Once you have opened the activity, you will be in the Prepare tab at the top, Prepare tab. Now, you can click on the Preview tab to see the activity as your students would view it. And if you wish to make changes, you return to use the Prepare tab. Click Edit Pages to select the pages you want to remove from your resource. And on this page, if you were customizing your own activity, you would go ahead and select the pages you'd like to remove, such as cover or keys, teacher directions, or pages that you'd like to reserve for another lesson. And then you would click Remove. And you can add pages back in from an import file or upload from original and select Add from the original. And you can also add a blank page if you want to add your own directions to the activity or your own activity to the assignment. Now, to reorder the pages, you reorder by selecting one or multiple pages and then clicking and dragging them into place. A blue line will show you where the pages will go. And if you change your mind and want to exit back to the Prepare tab without saving the changes, just click on Cancel, which is next to the Save button at the top of your right corner. Click Save when you're finished and save your changes and return to the Prepare tab. Once you have chosen and saved the pages that you want to include in your assignment, you can use the tools on the toolbar to customize your activity. Use the Select tool to select and edit any elements in the overlay that you or the teacher author have created. You cannot select elements or edit elements in the background. Students can only select annotations that they have added themselves or elements that you have made movable. Use the Control-C or Control-V to copy and paste, and use Control-Z or the undo button to undo. That is very handy, because sometimes you'll be working and you'll see something you did and you want to undo it, and it's very easy to just use Control-Z. Now you can use the Delete tool or the Delete button on your keyboard to delete any elements in the overlay that you or the teacher author have created. You cannot delete elements in the background. Students can only delete annotations that they have added themselves. Use Control-Z or undo button to undo. Now to add text, click Text on the toolbar and click anywhere on the activity. The default size is 12 and the default color is blue. Customize the size and the color of the text that you're adding from the toolbar, and if you like it, there's suggested text is offered as you type. Students also have this tool and can write on the activity with it. To make your text movable, select the text and then click the movable button in the toolbar. The movable text will have a green outline. You can click on Preview to see how it will work for your students. You can alternate between Preview and Prepare anytime along the way as you customize your activity. Actions you do in the preview do not save. Now use answer boxes to show students where to type responses. Select Answer Box from the toolbar. Then click and drag your mouse to create an answer box. Click anywhere to create an answer box in the default size. You can set the font size in the answer box as well, but here's a tip. The default size you set will work for any additional answer boxes on the page that you're customizing. But if you draw a new answer box on a different page, it'll automatically return to the default size of 12. If you want the answer boxes the same size, even across pages, use copy and paste, Control-C or Control-V, and the size will stay the same even on different pages. Use the digital pen for simple drawings or for circling answers, and you can edit the color and the thickness. Students have this tool and can write on the screen with it. You can also use the white pen to white out something in the background that you want to hide. This is useful for changing teacher directions to suit your students' needs. Use the digital highlighter to annotate text, emphasize instructions, or indicate correct answers. You can edit the color and the thickness. Students also have the highlight tool and can use it to mark multiple choice answers or complete word search puzzles. Use the digital shape tool to add different shapes to the activity. You can currently add circles, squares, and straight lines, but more shapes are being added. You can edit the fill and the border style. It is helpful for circling answers, drawing straight lines, and creating illustration boxes. If you use a white shape with a white border, you can cover parts of the background like you can with the digital pen. You can add shapes to the resource and make them so students can drag and drop. What's great is the movable shapes. They can't be resized by the students. Just select your shape and click Movable in the toolbar as you did with Movable Text. Movable Shapes will have a green outline. You can add text to the movable shapes, and the text will move with the shape. You can edit the color, size, and alignment of the text. After you get your resource exactly as you'd like it to be, then you can click on the Preview tab and check it out. The Preview tab lets you see what your activity will look like from a student point of view. This view offers a preview of what students will see on a laptop or tablet, including the annotation tools that will be available to them. Now, educators have also used the preview mode to instruct their students. What a brilliant idea. You can model the lesson on a whiteboard or interactive board or use a virtual whiteboard to present in distance or hybrid learning. Nothing you do saves, so you can easily start over for another class or group. And now that you have it all ready and your students are ready to work on their own, well, then the next step is to assign the activity to your students.
Thanks so much for watching. In the next video, we'll talk about how to assign Easel activities to your students and how to review their work on TpT. You can find this full Easel by TpT video series on TpT's YouTube channel. And be sure to subscribe to our channel for more helpful videos. We'll see you next time.